Hey guys, it's Kelly. I'm going to try and do this video with my phone and wish me luck. I'm going to show you guys how to make your own head pins. There's a bunch of videos out there. Hopefully you like mine. So what I'm going to show you is how to make these cool. These are the ones that I made. These are the ones that you can buy. So the head pins are these little things where they look like a nail. And the convenience of it is when you want to put beads on it, it stops it from falling off the wire. So those are great to have, but sometimes you can get them really thick or really thin. You can get them in all different sizes. And sometimes it doesn't fit because the hole might be too big or too small and it falls through. But there's also, it's boring. Look, that's boring. There's no decoration there, right? That's boring. But if you put your bead on something like a knotted head pin, such as this one that I had made, that has a cool little decorative design on it. So I think that's super cool. This is a spiral one that I made too. And I like that little spiral design at the bottom. I think that looks cool. It adds a little extra decorative touch. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. You can also buy these super cool head pins that have like a decorative end on it that's just soldered on there, but you don't need them. If that's your jam, buy them. But you know what? Sometimes you're stuck and you're like, oh, I'm out of head pins. That's happened to me. And that's when I learned how to make them. So I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you with 20 gauge wire, because 20 gauge wire is my go-to. It looks something like this, because you know I love all my newbies, and if you're new to this is going to be perfect for you. So 20 gauge wires is my go-to. The lower the gauge, the thicker the wire. So let me explain. This is 16 gauge wire, and woo, that is thick. And there's a time and place for that. I don't have it right now. Right now, I'm just going to make some head pins. So I'm going to use 20 gauge, and I like to start with either 4 or 5 inches, and I'm just going to kind of cut it and figure it out. And I'll show you the tools that you're going to need. So really simple. You obviously need some cutters. You need some round nose pliers. You need, I like to have my curved nose pliers and some nylon pliers. And chain nose pliers will help as well if you want to squish them. So not a whole lot of tools. If you've been doing a little bit, if you're beginner just figuring it out, you probably have all these tools in your stash. If not, you should have these. If you're going to make charms, you're going to make jewelry, you need these. You need a good flush cutter. Flush being this end is flat. This end, you can see they come in like a V shape. That is going to have a tip to it. This one will have a flat cut to it. So that's flush. That's a flush cutter. These are chain nose pliers. They're nice. They can help you with getting into little tight spots. These are the round nose pliers. They look like cones. These are the rounded chain nose pliers, or curved, whatever you want to call them. And then just some nylon things. And this basically helps to straighten wires. Yes. Can you use your hands? Yes. But sometimes the wire's a little bit thicker. These are very handy to have. Okay. So let me put all that aside and we'll get started. So the first one I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the knot, because I think that one is the coolest. Well, it's one of the cool. I love them all. Anyway, that's the first one I'm going to show you. So first thing that you want to do is you want to start it at the tip, and you just want to grab it on your round nose pliers. I try to make sure that when I start my curls, I can't feel it at the tip of it. I don't want to feel it. And that's a good, for newbies, that's a good thing to remember. Like, gosh, where do I start? Where do I start? And you think you're starting here and you're going to make a loop. Nope. Grab it and make sure you can't feel it up here. That way you know you're good to go. All right. So when I start this, I just start twisting, and I just use my wrist and I just twist, and then I twist it in the next row. And now it's meeting up with each other. And I just keep going until I can see my beginning point again. And there it is. I hope you can see that. So now I see my beginning point. So now I know that I'm good to go. So what I like to do is take it from here and grab my chain nose pliers. And I like to hold it and just, oh, and let it pop right out. No, I like to hold it and then show you. Get a hold of it, and I just want to bend it up. Just make it nice and straight, because that helps when it curls around. It seems to help. I've made these a few times, and some of them, I have yet to really mess one up with this gauge wire, but it seems to help to get it straight. And then you just bend it back into the hole that you created, and you just tie a knot. It's really that simple. Kind of force it through. And here is where the other tools come in. This nylon thing really helps to kind of hold it at the knot, and then you yank it on this side. Let me explain. And I like to have my curved nose ones for this, because these are a little bit sturdier. These are kind of dainty, and I really like these, and they're perfect for things. But for yanking this wire through, this is going to work great. So I'm going to hold it so I can see it this way. I'm going to hold it with my nylon pliers, and then I'm going to yank it through with these. I'm not going to do it fast, but I'm just going to yank it through and give it a good tug. And there it is. It's literally that simple. So now, and I've got a little bit of a loop here. I'm not crazy about that, so I'm going to yank it really hard. So I'm going to grab a hold of that, and now I'm going to pull it harder. Got to muscle it. And if you're still not happy with it because you got a loop in there, then make another one, but I'm okay with it now because it got a little bit tighter. I like that design feature. I truly do. I really, really like it. So if I put it through here, you can see how it looks. It's probably not the best bead, but it's the one I pulled out. So I really like that. It's super cute in that design. You can wiggle it around, you can squish it if you want to, and I love it like that. So that is the knotted head pin. And there's a few examples of how it doesn't always come out perfect every time, but I like it. I like it. And it stops the bead from falling off, and that's the whole goal. The next one is a swirly, I don't know. It's a swirl head pin, and I really like this one. This one gets tricky, and I'll explain why. You have to keep it still, but let me just show you. And I might struggle with it a little bit, and I'm okay with it. Hopefully you are too. If you see me struggling with it, and I've been making these for a while, then you know that, I watch people that do this for a living struggle with it, so I'm okay with it. All right, so with this one, hopefully I'm staying in screen. With this one, you're going to swirl it around on itself in a line. You're not going to stack it like we did the last time. You're going to swirl it in the same around in a line. So again, I grab it right here, and I want it to begin really, really tight because I don't necessarily like the circle in the middle. So I want it to begin really, really tight. So I make sure I can't feel it. And then I just start twisting that around until it meets the other one. At this stage, this is where I want to make sure that I don't have too much of a hole. The hole will only be as big as my round nose pliers, the tip of it. So if you're okay with this teeny tiny hole, then keep going. I might be okay with that because I struggled with it the last time. So you're going to look like this, okay, on the tip of your pliers. And then you can keep going just to get it started. And then you can take it off. And then you have something that looks like this. If you want to completely close this, you can grab it and close it like this. I'm going to leave it like it is because that little teeny tiny hole will just add to the design, in my opinion. So there's a couple ways to do this. Let me get all these things out of the way so we're not competing. You can grab it with your nylon pliers, but sometimes it slips. So what we're going to do is turn it over on itself. And if you can see that it's starting to slip on me already. So when I grab it, I want to grab it good and tight, but it's twisting, and that's what I don't want. So I need it to be still to turn it on itself. So sometimes it's better to get the spiral started while it's still on your round nose pliers before you take it off. And you just push it around in small increments. If you try to turn it all the way around, you're going to ruin it. Don't do it that way. So once I get the spiral started, then you should be able to grab it with your other tools, whether a nylon tool or your chain nose pliers. I'll show you. You can even use your curved chain nose. You hold it and you turn it. Yeah. Reposition it, push it, reposition it, push it until you get it to the size that you want. So hopefully you can see how that's building up on itself. We'll get it to the size that we want. I don't want this one super huge. You can go all the way up the thing if you wanted. Make it super big. And that's probably going to be big enough for me. But I don't know if you can see, it does kind of mar up the wire. These have oil in them. I need to clean those. It can mar up the wire if you don't use these ones. So try to start it with your chain nose first, just to get the curl started, and then grab it with the nylon ones and see if you can get it to build up on itself. So I'm kind of happy with that one. So now I'm going to take this one. I'm going to grab a hold of it at the very bottom, and I'm going to turn it back a little bit so that I'm straight. And there it is. There is your head pin. Super simple. Those swirly things they look so complicated, but they are so easy to make. And I will do a video, if you guys are interested in seeing them, on how to make bead cages like this. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in seeing this. I use the same technique to make these. You can purchase bead cages and they're cute, but you can customize them and make them your own size and then add little design elements like this here. And you put a bead inside there and it winds up looking similar to this. Super fun. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in that. Here's another design. This was so cute. I added a little loop on the end, hung a dangle. I can hang a dangle here, and it's just a spiral that I opened up. So yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing that, please let me know. But that's how you can make your own head pins. If you like them with a little bit of room here, you don't have to have it straight up like this one. You can really play with the design and make it however you want and add your own design elements to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope that inspired you to get out your beads and make something beautiful. If you have any questions, please put the questions in the comments below, and I do my best to try. I love reading them all, and I'm really good about responding to them all too. So let me know what other things you want to see. If you want to see junk journal charms, if you want to see vintage stuff, if you want to see shiny blingy stuff, let me know, and I'll do what I can for you. Thanks for watching, guys. More to come.